nice day to talk some Phillies baseball and what they did yesterday at the trading deadline and what everybody else did. And we're going to have to compare the contenders here with the moves that all of them made. The Phillies, out of the gate, grab a necessary guy in Johan Duran, which will really solidify their bullpen and I believe makes them a viable contender to get to the World Series. But then you look at some other teams, and you look at what the Mets did, and you look what the Padres did, and then you got to reevaluate it. So let's take first things first here. What will they do now with Harrison Bader, who was the second trade yesterday after Duran? What will their outfield look like? Now, there was some speculation that we talked about yesterday that Justin Crawford would come up and solidify center field. Then you can have a platoon situation in left field, and you would release Max Kepler. But that's not certainly going to happen right now, if it happens at all. So we'll see what happens with that. I guess they'll give Kepler a little more time to see if he can straighten things out, and that might be a move they make down the road, bringing up Crawford to change their outfield configuration. But there are three options right now. You're going to play Marsh and Bader in center field, and you would play Kepler and Kemp when Bohm comes back in left field. The second scenario is you would play Marsh and Bader in left field, bring Crawford up, DFA Max Kepler, or you would go with this: Kepler and Bader in center field. Kepler and Bader in left field platooning, and Marsh and Rojas as the same platoon in center field. So I bring in Ray Dunn here. Ray, the Harrison Bader thing, it's interesting because I think it's a very mediocre acquisition. It is a right-handed bat, and maybe there weren't many right-handed bats that they could acquire, although Ramon Laureano looked like a pretty good right-handed bat to me, and he went in another deal to the Padres. So what do you feel will happen right now?
Right now, I see this team going with a Marsh left field, Bader center field configuration right now. I think that's
on a regular basis? A regular lineup. Marsh will hit against left-handers, and Bader will be a full-time player?
I think so. I don't think they want to see him get less at-bats after they acquire him. And I also think they have seen enough of Johan Rojas to know what he is at the plate. Maybe for Marsh, you see Kemp get some of those opportunities against lefties, just because, that's what they've kind of branded Brandon Marsh as at this point, is a guy that can't play against lefties. He's hit better this season. Maybe they're going to give him more of an opportunity. I think they realize that the Kepler experience is what the Kepler experience has been. So, I think today we're all just waiting to see if we're going to get that notification from PR that, hey, they've moved on and that's era is over for the Phillies. That couple-month stretch that we all watched here is done. But I think right now, if they're not going to bring up Crawford, it looks like a Marsh-Kemp left field thing and maybe Bader in center. Or maybe that's me just projecting on this outfield what I would do right now if you're not going to bring up Justin Crawford. I'm a little surprised that that's not the plan at this point. I guess they want to see more consistent ABs for Bader, for Marsh, and for Crawford, and they don't see that in the plans. But I think that's right,
because Dombrowski said, quote, he's going to play a lot. I don't know what that meant. Maybe it meant exactly what you're saying, that he projects as the full-time starter in center field for the time being.
I mean, do you need to see more Rojas? I know you personally don't.
No, two things can happen. Either Rojas goes down to AAA or they release Kepler, right?
Right. And if you don't think that Rojas is a benefit to you, like in terms of playing every day, you probably keep him for the defensive ability and for the fact that he could sub in there and run for you. Like, if you think at this point you know what he is as a hitter, you don't need to see him in a larger sample size, all right, then his role is here what it is. Like, he could stay for that reason. Until you bring up Crawford, then you probably reshuffle the deck and he ends up going down to AAA. So right now, it would make more sense to move off of Kepler, just because I think that they see that he doesn't fit in their plans. He's already complained about playing time. I doubt he's going to be thrilled if they decide, hey, you're getting even less playing time right now. Like, is he going to be happy with being a fourth outfielder? Probably not. Is there any reason to keep him around if he's going to be the fourth outfielder? Probably
I guess
not.
The one thing he can't be is Kepler, Bader in left, Marsh, Rojas in center, because one of those have to go, right? That would be too many players to keep on the roster. Like, somebody would have to go now if they added Bader.
Yeah, someone has to go. Someone, could it be just Weston Wilson going down? And they push this down the road?
That actually could be. Weston Wilson goes down, they could still keep Kepler Bader left, Marsh Rojas center.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I forgot about Weston Wilson, that he was even on the team.
Yeah, well, we've all tried our best on that one.
All right, so let's look at the bigger picture here. Because the Phillies hit a home run, I believe, but so did a couple of other contenders that are in that playoff six, including the Mets. So they add Mullins as their everyday center fielder, Ryan Helsley, a setup man for Diaz, and Tyler Rogers, who'll get at the right-handed hitter when they need it. Have the Mets improved more than the Phillies?
I don't think offensively they did much more than what the Phillies did, just because I'm not a big Mullins guy. But I don't think you can argue that their bullpen got better to the point where their bullpen was already, like, Diaz to me is pretty much at the level that Duran's been at this year. And if they improve their arms already by having a better bullpen, yeah, I think they improved more than the Phillies.
All right, how about the Padres now? Now, you were high on the Padres before yesterday. They grabbed Mason Miller to an already loaded bullpen. They grab another starter in Ryan O'Hearn. They grab a starter in Ramon Laureano, and they get a starter in Freddie Fermin. They got three starters and a lights-out closer.
Yeah, shout out to A.J. Preller for just being an absolute content machine. Like, that guy is insane. The fact that he goes for broke what it feels like every single trade deadline, to me, is absurd. But I think, yeah, you definitely look at what they did this deadline, and if you're worried about the year 2027, A.J. Preller isn't. And he just pretty much said, try and beat us. Now, I've got this core. I believe in this core. I'm going to go do it. I think they got better, too. Again, offensively, there wasn't really an offensive move I saw that happened across baseball where I was like, wow, that blows me away. Like, we liked Loreno, but if you want to talk about guys who have not been, like, career game changers at bat that have just had a nice season, he's had a really good season, but is he someone over his career that's shown you he's like some massive difference maker?
No,
really?
But he's a power hitter. He's got some home runs this year. I like Thunder in the lineup.
I know. I mean, he's got 15
They're
homers.
pretty good. I don't like the fact that they also have some players that can really bring you down for a lack of hustle and a lack of demeanor. But they're a solid team. I got to give them credit. So, right now they're probably going to rise. They win a lot of games because the Dodgers did nothing, and it looks like the Padres can gain on the Dodgers here.
Yeah, like if you looked at this deadline from the National League and went like your winners of the deadline, probably Padres, Mets, Phillies, and then everyone else. Like I think the Cubs did not address their biggest need in starting pitching.
They did nothing. So
they come out of this deadline a loser to me. The Brewers, I don't think, came out of this deadline a winner. And the Dodgers, to me, didn't do enough. Like, we're talking about light-hitting outfielders and right-handed bats. You were against Alex Call yesterday. Like, what really did the Dodgers do to make themselves that much better?
No, Alex Call's marginal.
The Dodgers are going to do the old cliche of, well, the real addition at the deadline was us getting healthy. Am I right?
Yeah.
And, by the way, Dombrowski doing that yesterday, please. I hate that. That is one of my least favorite baseball cliches in the world. The real addition is going to be the health and the real version of these guys.
Yeah.
That's not an addition. They were already here. We were already projecting Aaron Nola needs to be better. We projected a healthy Alec Bohm.
Yeah, Dombrowski gets away with a lot of BS. That's fine.
Across baseball, that's one of my least favorite things in the world. The real addition we got at the deadline. But to me, the Phillies probably are 3 in the National League in terms of who did best at the deadline.
Yeah.
And I put them behind the Padres and the Mets. And like the Padres, if you graded a decade from now, we'll probably talk about it differently. But for right now, for this one stretch run, yeah, I'd say they went for broke, and I think they're the winner this year of the deadline, and the Mets probably right there behind them.
All right, I want to know from Philly fans today where you think your team stands. Now that everything is shaken out, and there could be some additions that happen, waiver wire claims and such like that but I don't think it'll be anything of significance. But right now, where do the Phillies stand? They have the 5th seed right now, and the Padres had the 6th seed. So that could change a little bit. But are you satisfied with what they did yesterday? I think the problem with this, they made the big splash. Like they threw a boulder into a pond, and it made a big ripple, and then they skipped a rock. Where they got Harrison Bader.
It's so funny you say that because I nearly put on the sheet this morning. If the Phillies had just done their moves in reverse, how would we feel?
Yeah, it would be a build-up. Be a better build-up.
Be like, oh, they did. If Bader's it, that's really disappointing. Then they go Durant. It's like, yeah,
they put a slow leak into beach football.
Yeah.
with playing by 5 o'clock, we got no more football. But
yeah, I'm also curious when people yesterday realized it was over. Like after they made the Bader move, I don't know how many people were like, oh, they still got a chance. They still got a chance. I know a lot of people holding out for Stephen Kwan. At about 3 o'clock, I was like, this does not feel like a day in which the Phillies are doing anything more.
Yeah. So they got Harrison Bader and they got Johan Duran. So we'll talk about it. And also, we were going to have some highlights from Nick Sirianni. But Nick Sirianni, here's my spin, right? Nick Sirianni, no way he misses practice. No NFL head football coach would ever miss a practice because he's feeling sick. So this is my conclusion. What a cheesy way to get out of a presser. What a cheese. The trainers are working on him to see if they can get him ready for practice? Listen, I hope I'm wrong. Maybe he does have an illness and he's going to miss practice. But it seems like an awful cheesy way to miss a media session, Ray.
I'm just curious. What is he sick with? It's 10 minutes. Is he unable to speak? Did he lose his voice? Like,
come on, man.
I think he's
What happened to that dog mentality, Ray?
McLean put out, by the way, he's at practice. So he walked out to practice. He made it to practice.
I knew he would never miss practice, but he'll miss that damn media session. Too sick to face the music.
Was it at the point where he was just too late for it because they were working on him and that he was like, you know what?
What do you have, an IV? Well, why couldn't he have the IV a little earlier so he could make the media session?
Wow, come on. Him being on time to a media session?
Here's the number to get in. 610-632-0975. It's the Mike Missanelli Show, the Big Friday Show. Let's hear from you.
Thanks for watching. I love these outro videos because I can actually talk with my hands and it looks normal here. So subscribe right here and watch some more videos for us. How about it?